Imagine a man who's witnessed centuries unfold, rubbed shoulders with kings and tsars, and left a trail of mystery spanning continents and time itself. This is no ordinary tale, but the perplexing story of the Count of St. Germain, a figure who has baffled historians, captivated conspiracy theorists, and challenged our very understanding of reality. Was he an immortal alchemist, a time-travelling adventurer, or something even more extraordinary than that? Hi folks, I'm Johnny, and welcome to The Oddest. What makes his story even more captivating is whoever this strange person was, he appeared to be at the centre of some of the most monumentous events in history. Look, I'm going to be really honest. The authenticity of these stories, well, it's debatable, with some likely based on rumour rather than fact. Despite this, there are many fascinating and wild theories about who this mysterious figure might have been. Was he from another world? Could he have been a time traveller? Or perhaps he discovered the secrets of the universe and managed to live forever? Could he have been a vampire, discreetly moving through the world of the living for centuries? Some claims even suggest that he was the son of a prince from Transylvania, adding another layer to the mystery of this strange tale. When we explore a bizarre encounter in New Orleans at the start of the 20th century, these claims become even more unsettling and eerie. While the absolute truth of this strange gentleman will unlikely never be known for sure, the accounts that are documented still fascinate researchers today, and what's more, it will likely do so for some time to come. To start understanding the mysterious Count of St. Germain, let's head to London in the early 1740s. During this period, public records show that he was gaining fame for his strange and captivating skills. As well as the elite circles that he mingled in, one notable acquaintance was Harold Walpole. He was the son of the British Prime Minister Robert Walpole. See, a letter from Harold Walpole revealed that the Count of St. Germain was a brilliant violinist and a talented composer. Walpole described him as odd and mad, suggesting that whoever the Count was, he was certainly an eccentric character. The Count's eccentricity eventually led to his arrest on suspicion of spying. Although he was released without any charges, the experience seemed to shake him. He left London and travelled to mainland Europe. A few years later, he resurfaced in Paris, once again mingling with the elites of society. In Paris, the Count became a regular guest of King Louis XV. His activities with the king were mostly kept secret, but he often spent hours in a private laboratory conducting strange experiments. One of these achievements was creating substances that dyed fabric, which brought wealth to the area. Even more mysteriously, the Count was rumoured to carry out secret missions for Louis XV, though the details of these missions remain unknown. Obviously, secret missions for a reason. Despite his secretive activities, the Count was often spotted in various Parisian drinking establishments. He was reputed to speak several languages fluently and converse with remarkable knowledge and wisdom about most topics. The Count also had a habit of giving away handfuls of diamonds to those that he favoured. This generous and unusual behaviour fueled even more rumours about the guy. Rumours around the city suggested that the Count possessed the ability to turn ordinary stones into precious jewels, indicating that he might be a master of alchemy. Could this be true? Could this explain the numerous sightings of this influential and seemingly brilliant man that continued on for decades? Another set of rumours claimed that the Count was not just middle-aged, as he appeared, but hundreds or even thousands of years old. Some of the more outrageous stories suggested that he was present at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, when the foundations of modern Christianity were established. Many people understandably dismissed these claims. However, the continued accounts and sightings of the Count, this just adds even more twists to this story. Further reports suggest that the Count of St. Germain travelled to Russia from France. Even more intriguing than that, such rumours also state that he was an influential person in assisting Catherine the Great in taking power. He would later on surface in Germany, where he struck up a similar friendship to the one that he had with Louis XV, only this time it was with Prince Charles of Hesse-Kassel, and, once more, he would soon have a laboratory placed at his disposal so that he might continue his mysterious and private work. It is there where it is said that the Count passed away in 1784. However, there were soon claims of sightings of him in other parts of the world. These were scattered throughout the 1800s and mainly in Europe. There were even claims on French television back in 1972 from a man who actually claimed to be the Count. He would even attempt to turn lead into gold so as to prove his identity.
Mais on rêve tous en fait. Moi, c'est mon rêve, c'est ça. Si je le rêve parfois, ça me fait plaisir. Ça apporte un petit peu de.
Incidentally, he didn't succeed, obviously. Perhaps the strangest sighting of the Count of St. Germain, however, would come from New Orleans in the United States at the start of the 20th century. It was there where we will turn our attention next. In the early 1900s, a mysterious man named Jacques St. Germain started to gain attention in New Orleans and Louisiana. He swiftly became a favourite among the city's elite social circles. This pattern of effortlessly blending into high society was reminiscent of the Count of St. Germain's knack for doing the same in various European cities all that time ago. Additionally, this guy, Jacques St. Germain, was incredibly knowledgeable and enigmatic. He was frequently spotted in New Orleans drinking establishments and hosted lavish parties at his opulent home in an upscale part of the city. Many people who met this new arrival described him as an eccentric, a trait also noted about the Count of St. Germain during his European travels. Of even more interest though, were the accounts of historic events that he would speak of. He would do so in such detail that it would make those involved listen to these tales and firmly believe that he had actually been there. Remember, similar rumours would circulate around that of the Count of St. Germain also. So, if we accept that Jacques St. Germain and the Count of St. Germain are one and the same person, it is perhaps interesting that he would declare that he was a descendant of the Count. Although many did not fully believe his claims, it was impossible to deny the physical resemblance between the two. In fact, they were almost a carbon copy of each other. Was this claim by Jacques St. Germain a true fact, or just a fabricated backstory? Regardless, the strange man remained popular among the city's residents. However, this is when even stranger rumours began to circulate. At these extravagant parties, guests noticed that St. Germain rarely, if ever, ate or drank anything that he was offered. Coupled this with his striking similar appearance to the Count of St. Germain, rumours began to spread that Jacques St. Germain might be a vampire. Then things took a dramatic turn. After one of St. Germain's parties, the police were called to his house following an incident where a woman appeared to have fallen from the gallery. Though her identity still remains unknown, it's believed that she was a lady of the night. It soon emerged that she hadn't simply fallen, but had jumped from the balcony in sheer terror, a state that she was still in when police arrived. Once she had calmed down a bit and was able to speak to the cops, she had said that yes, it's crazy, she jumped from the balcony to escape St. Germain. See, according to her, he had bitten her neck really hard and attacked her, and only a sudden knock on the door allowed her to get away. The woman was then taken to hospital, but the police thought that she just might have imagined this whole thing, possibly due to too much alcohol, because she was steaming. They didn't bother St. Germain that night, telling him instead to visit the station the next day to clear things up. A simple procedure would take a few moments. However, when St. Germain didn't show up the following day, the police realised that they would have to go and visit this mysterious man at his new home. Their confidence that the matter would be easily resolved, well, started to waver. When the police arrived at St. Germain's home, they found that the mysterious man had vanished overnight. All of his belongings were still there, but St. Germain himself was nowhere to be found. However, they made some chilling and disturbing discoveries. In one of the rooms, they found several bottles of red wine. What was odd though, at first, was that all of the bottles were open, but still full. When they looked closer, they discovered that the bottles contained, well, blood. Well, truth be told, it was reported that it was a mixture of wine and blood. Whatever the reason for this disturbing concoction, St. Germain himself was never seen anywhere in that city again. In fact, he was never seen anywhere again. The gentleman claiming to be him in the early 1970s aside. What exactly happened to St. Germain? Did he manage to escape the city overnight and blend in somewhere else? What did he use for money, given that he had seemingly left all of his earthly possessions and wealth behind? And was the story told by the terrorised woman true? If not, why would the gentleman, who still enjoyed the benefit of the doubt and perceptions of high social standings in the city, simply pack up and leave, unless he suspected that his dark secret would be revealed? And if there is any truth to these outlandish claims, was Saint Germain really the descendant of a count from Europe? And if so, might there have been unknown deaths of individuals around this time that would match up with the strange account of Saint Germain in New Orleans? As we've seen, both the Count of Saint Germain and Jacques St Germain were undoubtedly fascinating figures in history. But were they the same person? And if so, how could one person live such an incredibly long life? Could this mysterious individual have been a time traveller, appearing at different points in history and quickly integrating into elite circles of each society that he entered? If that is the case, what was his purpose then? Was he doing it just for kicks? Or is there a deeper mystery just waiting to be uncovered? Or was he someone who just found a way to live forever? Is he still out there today in society somewhere? If so, is he the only one who's cheated death? Or are there others like him? Could the stories of vampires have more truth to them than we realise? Or perhaps the Count of Saint Germain was just a clever fraudster who used his knowledge to secure his place among the rich and powerful. Maybe Jacques St Germain was exactly who he claimed to be. The lives of these two intriguing individuals will likely continue to captivate researchers and folk like me for years to come. As we close this chapter on the Count of Saint Germain, we're left with more questions than answers. While it's crucial to approach all of these tales with a healthy dose of scepticism, we can't ignore the persistent thread of mystery that weaves through centuries of accounts. Perhaps the enduring allure of Saint Germain's story lies not just in its supernatural elements, but in how it reflects our own deep-seated curiosity about the nature of time, mortality, and human potential. Whether fact or fiction, this mysterious figure reminds us that there's still so much to discover about our own world and ourselves. So keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, sometimes the most incredible truths are hidden in the stories that we actually believe. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with me today, folks. I sincerely appreciate all of you guys. Please stay safe out there, tell someone that you love them, and remember, no matter what, keep smiling.